First of all, ladies, don't ever be scared to ask for no money.
Okay.
Because, like,
it's hard to.
I mean, it's just, we're women and we got
How you
coochie,
ask?
first of all. But second of all, you always got to be cute about it, though. You know? Like, you know, babe, I need some groceries. I want to go shopping. Like, you got to set it up. You don't just flat out and ask for it. You got to set it up nice and cute.
Do y'all take y'all man shopping though? Like, he's supposed to just take y'all?
Why do boyfriends want to be treated like girlfriends?
They gotta be
Why do boyfriends want to be treated like girlfriends? I don't like that disrespect.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, man. See, you know, you see how his question was completely ignored. The bottom line is they don't care. They don't care. They placing themselves above you, so you gotta pay. That's what it is. You beneath them, so why do they gotta pay? You see how men gotta fit in that frame of what a man is supposed to do, and I think most men don't mind being a provider. But again, a guy would ask that question to see the type of answer they would get, to see if you would even consider treating your man right, treat your man well. And I know some women, they will do that. You know what I'm saying? They'll make sure that their man is good, that their man's needs are met. See, it's like the new age mix of a trick with a husband or with a boyfriend. It'll be all good if you just left it transactional, but you want to be obsessed over. You want to be loved and cared about. Long-term commitment. That's what comes with it. And see, the thing about it is usually when it's transactional, when the guy got to come out of pocket. The guys that I've seen come out of pocket, usually they pay for the woman to leave. You know what I'm saying? And those women really just give the man what he wants, and that's it for the money. Bruh. You're not going to get no attitude. You're not going to get other things other than what you want for the money that you're paying. Whereas a lot of these women got the game all wrong. Maybe the simps have kept them delusional. But they want the commitment, love, and care. Man put his life on the line for his woman. Commitment entails no cheating, being monogamous. In other words, the best of you, while charging you retail for whatever they might give, whatever they might feel like giving you on a given day. And this is why a lot of women, a lot of ladies, they keep themselves single, right? They get in a bunch, they sit there and they cap and they talk about how much they get for how little they do. That's their cap. That's how they talk shit. That's why they sit around in a circle and talk shit and brag amongst each other. Oh, girl, I did this. I was doing this. He bought me this. He flew me out over here. But then, girl, how did you find him? Oh, I just found he loved me. He gonna do anything for me. And it's never about what they're able to do for that man in order to keep that man. And then turn around and be upset when a man leaves, when they're not getting what they want out of the deal. Again, if a woman's going to treat a man like a trick, he might as well go get one. He might as well get another one that know how to do it professionally, if you get my drift. Let's go ahead and get to the next clip.
Kind person, not because your food doesn't taste good, not because you might not know how to put it down, not because of any of that, but because you're disrespectful and it's unattractive to a man. A woman can look good and be disgusting with her attitude, and a man will sleep with her and keep it pushing. And she won't be able to fathom how come in her eyes or in society's eyes or her friend's eyes that she appears to be a 10, and he's leaving her and he's actually committed to somebody who's a 6. They're looking like, well, how could that happen? How could he go from this to that? Oh, he downgraded. Actually, he didn't. He upgraded. A lot of women get disrespectful because they're not getting the love. But if we trace it all the way back to the beginning, the reason why you're not getting the love in the first place is because of that same respect. You caused it. And a lot of women think that because their man is not saying anything that they're in a good space. You're in the worst space. You see, when he not correcting you no more, when he not saying nothing to you no more, when he don't got nothing to say, when he just left it alone, either he planning his exit strategy, tuning you out, he got somebody else that's tickling his fancy, that's respecting him in ways that you are not, or he's checked out of the relationship and he's only there for the commitment, for the dedication. It doesn't matter what you do if you're disrespectful. You could buy him a Lambo. You could buy him his dream car. You could put his name on the deed of a house. You could jump from the ceiling fan and put it on him. It doesn't matter. You know what's going to trump all that? Disrespect.
Yeah, man. Respect is a key factor. I don't care what nobody's saying out here. Men want and need respect in order for it to work. If the woman is disrespectful, run. Get up out of there quick and in a hurry. Because it's no good for you and it's no good for her. A relationship core is built around respect. So if they out here treating you in your kind of way, making you feel like you're not on a certain level, you're lucky to be with her, she can get somebody else. There's a lot of ways that women disrespect and emasculate men. If they're doing any of that, draw that line quick. Check it quick. And if it's not, as a man, you're going to have to get up on out of there. And again, this is one of the bigger things about this, the disconnect that I'm speaking about between men and modern women is this right here.
It ain't the reality. It ain't the youngest. It's the treatment.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the oldest, Amber. It's not the good-looking one, Amber. It's not the one got money, Amber. It's the one honest.
And not too many of them honest nowadays.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. There's some good men out there. But what it is now, it's the women. It ain't the men no more. The women going bad. The women going bad. It ain't the men now. It's the women done gone bad.
You gonna flip the script on us?
Yeah, it's the women done gone bad.
You a woman yourself.
I'm a woman myself, but I don't do half the things I see these women do now.
They don't care no more.
Well, that means the men don't respect them. That's why. Let me tell you something, Amber. You got to give a man respect to get respect. You know what I'm saying? You got to give your husband respect to get respect. Because as long as you respect him, ain't too much he gonna do wrong.
And see, a lot of these women, they don't have OGs to really put it to them like that, right? Let them know, hey, you getting out of pocket. And so if they don't listen to them and they don't listen to the men, who are they listening to?
For real, fellas, listen, if she can't buy you a meal, let her go. If she ain't ask how your day was, let her go. If she ain't even ask if you ate, let her go. Cause listen, if we gonna ask you, we gonna make sure y'all ate. Damn.
And it all seems so simple. You know, when a woman sees herself with you, loves you, cares about you, she gonna see how she can fit in and help you out. Which way that is. She's gonna see how she can be a helpmate to you, your dreams and aspirations as well. Not just suck you dry in terms of what you could do for her. As men, it's either you find out the type of women to be with, whether it's long term or short term, or you get with a crazy chick like this next clip. Roll it.
I done got the dog shit on my fucking shoe. To clean it with his toothbrush. Clean it with his toothbrush.
That's nasty. Come on now.
Ass bitch. This is what you get when you mess with a crazy ass bitch. I'm not a crazy ass bitch. Don't ever fuck with me.
Damn.
Don't fuck with me. That's what you get when you mess with somebody's fucking heart. When you mess with somebody's heart. Look at that stupid ass Xbox, bitch. Oh, your Xbox is gone, babes.
Oops.
That bitch is broke.
Damn.
Everything, you have no technology, no anything. So next time you try to, oh, I hate the next bitch that's finna come in here. Cause baby, it ain't gonna be no sort of entertainment in here, babes. You better have that bitch clean all this shit up. Oh, babe. I done got the dog shit on my fucking shoe. To clean it with his toothbrush. Clean it with his toothbrush.
That's nasty. Come on now.
Ass bitch.
Now, you see, when I see stuff like this, man, I guess they be doing it to the right ones. First of all, she put it on camera, right? She put all the evidence on camera to show that she was the one who made the damage. And so I don't know what she was trying to do in this day and age where you could take footage and use it against her. But nevertheless, I don't see why women do things like this and think this is some type of flex, like it makes them look good. You look not just crazy in the way that you want to look like you getting back at this guy and that you'll get back with guys that do you wrong. But what this does is, hell, any type of jobs, any type of partnerships you might get into, any type of man in the future, see this, they're not gonna want to mess with you. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna want to be any type of relationship or be around you at all, because it shows that you don't have any type of control over your emotions, and you don't have any type of understanding of repercussions. If I ran across this, I'm talking about every single thing you might own that I can reach is in jeopardy. Let's just say that, in complete jeopardy. A lot of guys think twice about getting into a relationship with women because they'll low-key identify all the things you enjoy, and can't wait for that day where they could destroy it, where they could take it down. If that ain't sleeping with the enemy, I don't know what is. Women like this need to be under the jail. Just because you feel like you were hurt, just because you feel like you were mistreated, does not give you a green light to do damage. This guy right here, he had Xbox, PlayStations and all that. Looks like a lot of gadgets, a lot of tech going on. Let's take this and compare this to a guy who has a business. You a CEO or you an owner of a company. She gonna try to take your company out. She gonna come and pour gasoline and burn down your shop and cause turmoil in your relationships, in your friendships, in your partnerships. Whatever which way she can, she gonna try to burn you. And it's the problem is that a lot of women feel this way and feel justified in doing so just because they're in their feelings. And a lot of times, not only is it wrong to do, but they've overreacted to something that they feel slighted about. Way too often, women get away with this stuff, and that's why they keep doing it.
Let me tell you about a time I tried to leave my husband in Nigeria and walk away from him. So we were out and about and we got into an argument, and I can't really remember what the argument was about now, but I remember I was really mad, and we were almost home and I asked him to pull over. I told him, I said, just let me out this car, just, I'll walk. So after saying that over and over again and then trying to get out the car my own self, he stopped the car and he was like, okay, get out. And even though I knew where I was at, I thought I knew where I was at. It seemed like we were close to where we were going and I could walk from there. So I got out of the car, not knowing at the time that my phone was connected to his hotspot, and I wouldn't have any service. So as I was packing my things to get out the car, I was saying what I had to say to him, fussing him and things like that, and he was saying, what he had to say to me. And I got out the car like, oh well. So he pulls off, and so I started, trying to use my phone, and it just hit me, okay, I don't have any network. So I'm like, oh my God, did he really leave me? So I started to panic. So this couple was walking like towards us, and I guess they heard us arguing, and they were looking at me like I was crazy, like I was a mad woman, because I was yelling,
tripping.
And so after Zeki pulled off, I was like, excuse me, can I use your phone? And they were just looking at me like something was wrong with me, like I had two heads or something. Because I was really showing out, y'all. I was showing out. But they just kept walking. They didn't stop. They didn't say like, what's wrong? They were just looking like, what is wrong with this lady? And and usually, y'all know I don't really talk in public, but I was talking that day, and I was like, excuse me, did y'all hear me? Can I use your phone? I just need to use your phone. And you would have thought that they were deaf, because they were just like walking and staring at me and totally ignoring what I was asking them to do. So after I saw that, no one was going to help me, and I was afraid to ask anybody else to use their phone, I started walking in the direction that I thought that he was going. And when I got to the place where I thought where my turn was, I noticed it was not the same place. It looked like the place, but it was not the same place. So I really didn't know where I was at. So at this point, I'm lost.
Oh shit.
Again, I started to panic. I was like, oh my God, where am I at? I was like, Lord, please. And I'm still pressing this phone like it's really gonna work. So after standing there, I just stood there because I didn't want to go somewhere where he couldn't find me. So I just stood there and I was just crying, and I was like, you know, what in the world? Why did I even get out the car? And how can he just leave me like this? I was so mad.
Right.
So after being there for probably about a half hour or so, I just started like yelling.
Lost your damn mind.
I was back to food. I started yelling, and I was like, can someone help me?
Oh, damn.
I was hot. I was bothered. I wanted some water, and I was fed up. I was pissed off. I was so mad at him. I was like, how could he just leave me like this? So, like I said, after a while, he came back, and it was probably like 30 minutes later. He came back, and he was like, get in the car. And I was like, no, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not going anywhere with you. I'm going back home. Just take me to the airport. He was like, okay, I'll take you to the airport. Just get in the car. I was like, no. And I'm still being stubborn.
Oh, goodness.
The way that sun was beaming down on me, and how thirsty I was, and how irritated I was not about to let him pull off again, because he showed me the first time that he would.
Man.
So I knew, okay, my tantrum is going to have to end soon. This tantrum I'm having is going to have to end soon, because I'm not going to stand out here for another 30 minutes. So he warned me again. Cammy, get in the car. If you want to go to the airport, I'll take you to the airport, but just get in the car. And I was like, just standing there not saying anything, just staring at him. He said, okay, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to get in the car. And when I tell you, it was seconds before that 2 minutes was up, the wheels was rolling. I was like, let me in. You should have seen me try to jump in that car. You would think I was one of the actors on the Dukes of Hazzard. I was trying to jump in that car so quick. And I was like, you know what? I say, take me to the airport right now. Right now. He started driving off, and when he turned, I saw exactly where we were. And I was like right around the corner from the place that we were going to. So everything clicked on me. I just turned too quick, so it didn't look familiar. And he said, Kimmy, I was right there watching you the whole time. He said, I saw you acting the fool, talking to yourself, yelling and screaming. He was like, you holler too much, oh. He said, you holler too much. And I was like, I'm still staring at him because I'm still mad. I was like, go get me some water, please. Please, just give me some water. You know, acting really entitled, and just I was acting up. Was acting up.
Man.
And then he was like, he didn't get me the water. And he was like, just hold on. He said, hold on. I said, Ziggy, I'm thirsty. I've been standing in the sun. He said, whose problem is that? Whose problem?
Man.
He said, y'all American women are too entitled. He said, you cannot act like that. You cannot act like that. I'm telling you, the more he spoke, the more I got angry. But then I got to thinking, do I want to stand in the sun again? You know, or do I want to just be in this car with some AC and then eventually get some water? I will never, ever, ever do that again. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. I had my tantrum for that day, but honey, that Nigerian heat is no joke. And these African men are stubborn. You can't get away with the same kind of wahala that you do here with the men in the States, I'm telling you. So if you're in an argument, don't get out the car. Stay in the car. That Nigerian heat is no joke. And these African men are stubborn. You can't get away with the same kind of wahala that you do here with the men in the States, I'm telling you. So if you're in an argument, don't get out the car. Stay in the car.
I think the biggest part of this, a lot of women have this, I'm independent, I can do for self. But a lot of y'all don't really pay attention enough to really do for self. Like she was saying, she was lost after like a block. Like, how do you get lost if you paid attention to where you at? And you could have made a wrong move. You could have made a wrong turn. And it could have been way worse than what the situation played out. All for what? all for ego, all because, as you put it, you had a tantrum. What did it even accomplish? All it did was make you look like a little kid, look very immature. A lot of the women say that they are much more mature. And again, I just do not see it. Having maturity is having control over your emotions, being able to think about bigger picture, certainly paying attention where you're at. Now, again, she shared this story, I think, as a reminder, and it's something to help women out. So I appreciate her for sharing it. So I'm not going to try to be overly critical because she admitted that it was a mistake and she wouldn't do it again. She learned from it. But I do question why it would take her to have to go through that to understand. Just because a man is a strong man does not mean he has to deal with unnecessary BS like this. And you expect him to still look at you the same. Because let that been him. Let him been tripping and losing his shit on a corner. You know what I'm saying? He's lost and talking to himself and crying and throwing a tantrum. Can't even make a phone call and has no understanding of his surroundings. Let that been him. You never hear the end of it. But see, this is what I mean about this, ladies. Like, sometimes the currency in a man and the value in a man comes in his direction and his ability to stabilize things and his personality, keeping you from self-sabotaging. Too many women think about just the money aspect of that, the caboose that comes with getting a bag versus getting with a guy or getting around people that can help them elevate, help them think differently. Now, obviously, you're going to have times where you argue, you get into things, nobody's perfect. The conflict management that we talk about is key, right? It's like not letting it go overboard, not letting it escalate and get into some situations where you can't control or where the situation becomes worse than what it is. You know, for a lot of folks, life is already rough. So to do things and put yourselves in situations to potentially make it worse, it's not what a lot of men need, quite frankly. It's not all peaches and creams, but it can't be stuff that's unnecessary. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of women out here are living like it's some kind of movie or something, some kind of fairy tale where the guy is just going to keep saving you and saving you from your own self. And the bottom line, ladies, you're either grown or you're not. You got to stop expecting men to, quote unquote, handle you when you go off the rails. But I did want to get into things, little different topics on some of the disconnects between men and modern women. And this covers some stuff. We definitely can't put it all in one video. You know what I'm saying? But fellas, what are they failing at when it comes to relationships and how they treat men? Ladies, what about yourselves? Some of the women out there, you got men, you're in a happy relationship. I want to hear what y'all have to say. Get at me in them comments. Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Bang on that like button. And until next time, be easy. Gone.